Beautiful. Okay, thanks, Fee. Hi, everyone, and welcome to tonight's event. We are going to be discussing the benefits of including more whole and real food nutrients through the duration of pregnancy, and we're going to hear some beautiful stories shared from some women who have done just that. So, the World Health Organization suggests that healthy diet during pregnancy contains adequate energy from protein, vitamins, minerals obtained through the consumption of a variety of foods, mainly including your green and orange veggies, beans, nuts, whole grains, and fruits. So it's also been noted that a healthful diet and lifestyle is recommended to prevent and relieve pesky symptoms such as heartburn, leg cramps, gestational diabetes, certain things like constipation, which can be common in pregnancy. So by consuming more whole foods, fruits and veggies, findings have shown that our bodies can respond and these elements can be relieved if not prevented. And the DAA also recommends that good nutrition during pregnancy is more about the quality of the food that we're eating and not the quantity. So let's kick off. I'm Natty and I am a wellness coach and I run my Juice Plus business from home. And I've been using our products now for over 3 years. I'm a mum of 3 and I was introduced to Juice Plus when I was around 27 weeks pregnant with my 3rd baby. So I was already taking a multivitamin, a pregnancy multi. However, I was really excited to learn more about the Juice Plus from my beautiful friend Dee, who was my prenatal yoga teacher at the time, and she was a doula as well. And she gave me some information regarding the fruits and the vegetables and berry capsules that we have. And we had a quick chat about them. So seeing as this had been a surprise pregnancy for us, I was eager to find something that was going to help me maintain my energy and my health and nutrition while I was pregnant again, while I was a mum. And I plan to breastfeed a newborn again. So I guess I was just nervous that I may hit a wall or end up running on empty, chasing after 2 children under 4 at the time and nourishing a new little person and not having enough time to take care of myself too. So needless to say, since starting the product, that actually hasn't happened. So along with my best attempt at maintaining a balanced diet and trying to drink goes along with trying to keep yourself healthy as a mum, I've managed to successfully breastfeed for 3 years and that's still ongoing. I'm enjoying great health, good energy, and I get through most days without needing that power nap. So woohoo, that's very exciting for me. And my baby was nourished while he was in the womb as well. I was getting all this extra nutrition from 27 weeks onwards, and he got all that goodness while I was nourishing him on the inside. And when he came out, same thing through the breast milk, and I was getting all the extra nutrition for myself as well. So I just wish I'd known about them sooner, because in the beginning I was eating hot chips and dry pasta because I couldn't stomach anything, I couldn't keep anything down, and I was trying to just survive my worst bout of morning sickness that I'd ever had. So yes, if I'd known sooner, I definitely would have been onto it then. So what is Juice Plus? What are we here to talk about tonight? Juice Plus is, we have 3 products. We have, first of all, here we have our capsules. You can see them, beautiful colors here. And we have some chewables and we have our whole food shakes. Now our capsules here contain raw dehydrated fruits and veggies and berries in little vegan capsules. With a variety of nutrients from over 30 different fruits and vegetables and some whole grains. They have been vine ripened and picked and turned into like a pulp and dehydrated, very low temperatures, so all the enzymes remain alive. And we pop them into the little capsules, and they are created in a non-oxygenated environment, which means that the enzymes stay alive for that whole time until you put them in your body, and that's when the magic happens. They're fully bioavailable, which means our bodies recognize them and they're in our bloodstream within 5 minutes or less, which is pretty incredible. The chewables that we have are these little fellas here. we've got our brand new ones in the mail recently, and I haven't told the kids that they're here yet because they disappear quicker than they should. So they've been hiding. Now these are pretty much similar to what is in the capsules here, the fruits and vegetables, and they're created with a little tapioca starch base to make them chewy, and the kids love them. They're really yummy flavors. Parents love them too, so I always find them a really yummy little treat. And the wonderful thing about the company, as well as with any eligible adult order, our children can receive these for free between the ages of 4 and 18, and that's for up to 4 years. So I think that's pretty phenomenal as well. So these are micronutrients. The capsules and the chews are micronutrients, are vitamins and minerals, and they're usually consumed in relatively smaller quantities, but they're essential to help our bodies function properly, especially when we're pregnant and we're growing another human. And the last product that we have, which I love as well, and completely pregnancy and breastfeeding safe, are our whole food powders, our whole food little shakes. Now these are vegan as well, and they're fully plant-based. We've got a Dutch chocolate and a vanilla flavor, and these can be turned into some delicious yummy shakes and smoothies. They're known as our macronutrients, so they include things like our proteins and our fats, our good fats and carbohydrates, and again, great essential nutrients that we need when we're pregnant. They're great if you skip meals, if you need an afternoon pick-me-up, or you find that you can't eat as much, or especially in that first trimester, and if you're not feeling so great, feeling nauseous, or just lacking in energy. So that's pretty much it for the products. Now we are going to hear from some beautiful mummies and how Juice Plus has impacted them and their pregnancies and helped them to nourish their precious little growing babies. So firstly, I'm going to pass over to my beautiful friend Kel. Take it away, Kel.
Thanks, Natty. Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly, and I've got my little baby with us tonight because she's not letting mummy go. But Juice Plus actually came into my life after baby number 3, and at that time we had so much going on with our big daughter, who was newly diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic and celiac, and our third little bundle arrived not long after. So times were really stressful for us, and having a baby that didn't sleep and constantly wanted to be fed was so draining on me and so exhausting, and it was something I hadn't experienced before, just that total exhaustion. And I felt every single day that I needed to nap to get through the day, which, with 2 other kids in the house and a hubby working 2 jobs, was just so hard and so stressful. And it turned me into a really cranky mum that honestly I'm so not proud of now. And looking back on that time, I can't believe I didn't do something sooner. But my lovely friend Sue showed Juice Plus to me at that time. I think Bub was 6 months old, and I've been taking the products now for 18 months. Now, needless to say, I felt so amazing after taking these products. We decided we would have just one more baby. So Tess is our beautiful baby now that you just saw here. And I managed that pregnancy with 3 kids to run around, starting a preppy, a full house reno. I can't think what else we had going on, but it was absolutely crazy. And I was doing the work of probably 3 men during that pregnancy. And I felt amazing. And right up until delivery day, I felt great. And everyone commented on how well I looked. And I really felt it. I wasn't, I wore no makeup during that time, which was the first for me in my life. And people were constantly commenting on how great I looked. And I really did feel it for the first time ever. I wasn't just saying, oh, thank you. I really did know that I felt great. And it made such a difference to us. And Tess is now 3.5 months old. So I do the 4 kids, and my hubby is a great help. But when he works, obviously, he's not around to help out. So I manage the 4 kids solo, and they're all under 6, I should say. So they're still littlies that needing my full attention. And I managed to do that now while running a business and a household and taking care of everybody's needs. So Juice Plus has been absolutely amazing for me. And something I wanted to share in the way of knowing that Juice Plus has worked for me in pregnancy. So during my first 3 pregnancies, I had very, very healthy pregnancies. I didn't have any major concerns. And when we got to baby number 4, we decided that we would do a stem cell collection in the hopes of helping our oldest daughter in the future. So when I had that collection done, the collection lady actually come and pulled me aside after the birth and told me that I had an amazing cord, which at the time felt a really weird thing for someone to say to me. I thought everyone's cord looked like that. And 6 weeks later, we received a certificate from the stem cell company letting us know that I had actually had 7 times the normal amount of a collection sample done. And it was basically put to me over the phone by a lady. I said, could you explain these numbers to me? I really don't understand what any of that means. She said, basically, you are so healthy that the amount of product we were able to collect is 7 times what a normal person would collect. So during the pregnancy, I was actually still breastfeeding my toddler up until 32 weeks. So I was nourishing 2 lives and myself on Juice Plus, and I absolutely know without a question that that would not have happened without Juice Plus. There's no way that you can feed 3 humans out of one body without some extra help. So Juice Plus has been a lifesaver for us, and our family will definitely never, ever, ever go without it. So thank you, Natalie, for letting me share my story.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kel. Such an amazing story. I absolutely love listening to that. We're now going to pass over to the lovely Susie, and she's going to share a bit about her story. So over to you, Suze.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for jumping on tonight. Feeling very blessed to share my story with you all tonight. So for me, it's been a 5-year journey with Juice Plus, and to think back before Juice Plus came into my life, once again, it was my beautiful friend Dee that saw me struggling. You know, I was at the time a mama of 2 in my 30s, and basically I was a zombie mum, and it was a point where in the afternoons I'd get to that point where I was lucky at the time my husband was working away, so we were living with my parents, and I'd quite often have to go in the afternoons and have a nap. I just seriously could not keep myself awake, and I was trying to be the best mum I could for my 2 little kids, and I really felt they weren't getting me. There was a part of me that since before kids that was missing, and I knew I had to do something, but when you're in that cycle, you're reaching for that 3 p.m. sugar fix that's in the cupboard, or the quick fix, or the coffee where it's going to spike you and then you still have the crash. I was doing all of that and I just could not get myself out of that cycle, and then Dee came along and it just made sense to me. Fruit and vegetables in a capsule, like, wow, we've been drying herbs and spices and different things for thousands of years. Why can't we do it with fruits and vegetables? And me being loving science, I looked into the background of it, and the fact that they can keep the enzymes alive, it just all made sense. So that was a real turning point, I guess, in my life. I found that I got myself back, and I was there. I could be that happy mum again for my kids. Before it, I was on a real roller coaster too. I was never diagnosed with postnatal depression, but I quite often felt quite anxious and would have, you're sitting on the end of the bed at 3 a.m. crying, going, what have I done? And so to get past and through that and feel like I got myself back was just such a gift. And I'm always grateful for Dee for sharing that with me. And so keep it very short, my story doesn't quite end there. We had a surprise baby come along, like you, Natty. At the time, I was preparing a fancy dress party for my 40th, not to be 30 weeks pregnant. So it really freaked me out, and I didn't work out until after I'd had our little bundle of joy what the biggest fear was. It was just that I was, how am I going to deal with having another baby? And then when I had him, it was completely different. It was like it was the first time, you know, the third child that I had, that I actually enjoyed every single moment of it. I loved doing the night feeds because I wasn't feeling smashed the next day. I'd get tired, but I just never had that complete and utter exhaustion that I had with the other two. And it was then that I worked out that was my fear. And as Dee will contest to it, you know, her and a few of my other good friends all were trying to like rally around behind my back to see how they were going to support me, because they knew how bad I did coping with the first two, and they were surprised themselves that, you know, as Kel said, you have people just coming up to you going, have you even had a baby? You don't look like you've had a baby. And as I said, it's the first time I really, truly, utterly enjoyed every single moment in that stage where, yeah, I didn't have the highs and lows. So, yeah, that's my story, Natty. I'll hand it back to you. Just being able to share this with other women to be able to help them not go through what I went through with the first two. It's just a blessing.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Susie. I love hearing your story as well. I could listen to it over and over, and I think it's incredible that we can share our own personal stories with other women and hope that we can help them along the way as well. So I'm now going to pass over to the famous Dee, the lady who introduced me and Susie to Juice Plus, and she's going to share a little bit about our mission and why she loves Juice Plus as well. So over to you, Dee.
Thank you, Natty. It's just so wonderful to hear all the stories. I know I've heard them all again over and over, but every time I hear it, I take away something else and get little goosebumps. So I'm so blessed to share with amazing people like the few you've just heard from. And that's why I share it with my community, because it's this product and no other that does that I've seen. And it just blows me away that this potent combination of fruit, veggies and berries can have that effect in the body. You know, it is just fruits, veggies and berries, and it's like, oh, what's the secret ingredient? It's like, oh, is it the elderberry or the bilberry? And it's like, well, who knows? You know, it's just that potent together synergy that makes it work the way that it does. So we've talked about the sharing of the product, and talking about that, I also want to bring up that there's a mission behind the product. So our business is a business of sharing, which means that we can bring it to the world and help so many others have the results like this that we're feeling and so many others have. So I just love that. And the thing with it is that we can't do it alone, and we can't keep up with the demand. So we need more help to do that. And the way that we do it, it's like, say, if you go to a great restaurant, you're going to tell the world, you're going to tell your friends, you're going to check in and share it on social media. And the same also, if you have a bad experience, you'll probably tell everyone as well. But the thing with that is that you don't get anything for that. You don't get any remuneration or a free meal or even a pat on the back most of the time. So that's what I love about this business, is that we're sharing and sharing passionately what we do and what we love about a product. And yes, we get a little reward for that as well. And we get to grow an amazing business and community, because we're sharing our experiences and our stories with others in the hope that, you know, something might connect with them. So we get to share an amazing product, an amazing mission, and what it's done for us since beginning on this journey. So when I first heard about Juice Plus, I was probably at the worst of my health that I've ever been. Before I had kids, I didn't really get sick that often. And then when they came along and I was pretty much giving everything to them, I was constantly getting sick. So when I had my first child, my daughter, who's 12 on Sunday, amazing, where's that time gone? I suffered really badly in the underworld of postnatal depression. So when I moved through that and learning about different ways that could support me through looking at my mental health, obviously, as well, I began to learn then that how food affects your moods. And I started, drinking more juices and having smoothies, and I had, all the family coming around and cooking for me and making juices because I was just not able to at the time. So fast forward, had my second child, my lovely boy, And because of everything that I'd learned, I didn't suffer in that underworld again, which was amazing. And so I overcame the mental suffering, but then the physical suffering came along in the way that it suffered with my immune system. So I was constantly getting sick, chest infections and tonsillitis that would come and go and last for 6 weeks and have a week off. And I was allergic to a lot of antibiotics and still am. So that wasn't the fix for me. And then the final straw was having a ruptured appendix. And I spent 8 days in hospital and nearly died from peritonitis. And that was sort of like the final straw, that something's got to give. And so it was then that my lovely friend Fee and also Linda said to me, what have you got to lose? Why don't you just give it a go? We've found this amazing product that Fee had kind of been looking at secretly to see how good it was. And then she was ready to say, look, you know, I've seen you go through this, let's give it a go. And so from then on, I jumped straight in on the product and in the business, and began sharing with my lovely community, as you've heard. So with that, I had no clue about network marketing. It was a totally new concept to me. I'd been involved with my family in traditional business for over 20 years, and, you know, we sold product and we offered services, but network marketing was totally foreign. But it really made sense to me in the way that it was bringing together people that were like-minded and wanting to find out about their health. And I really reveled in finding that community and that tribe of like-minded people. And some of them I call, you know, my best friends today. And I roped my bestie into the business, Susie, and thank God she said yes, because, you know, so many lives have been touched by the people that have said yes after I have. So with network marketing, there's sometimes a lot of negative connotations around the industry. Sometimes people overpromise and underdeliver. But what I love about our community and our business is that we pretty much try and downplay. We look at the science behind the product and share results regarding that. So when I first started out, like I said, I was really new to the industry, but the great thing was that I knew that Fee and Linda had my back in the business and with the product, and they still do. So I love that I get that support. You know, as soon as you want to reach out and you get support from anyone, you just get it. They're there. Everyone's lifting you up and raising you up, and it's not that tall poppy syndrome. So that's an amazing thing that you can find in this business, because you can't succeed in this business without helping others, which is awesome, because that's my nature, is to want to help everyone that I meet. So to be able to do it through this is just something pretty special as well. And I'm really grateful to be part of that. So to be able to do this business from home in my PJs after the kids have gone to bed means the world. So I do it alongside my traditional business of pre and postnatal yoga, birthing, childbirth education. And it works really well because I'm sharing, you know, with like-minded people that care about their health. So what I'm doing part-time with this business is building that residual income for my family's future, which is a really amazing thing, because it's pretty scary now looking at the government. I don't even know if, you know, the super that I have is pretty much non-existent because I've worked for myself for a while. I don't know if there's going to be a pension by the time I get to pension age. So I don't want to have to rely on that. And I don't want to have to rely on my hubby, you know, slogging his guts out and just using his super that we've, you know, collected along the way. So what I found was, after what it's done for me with the product and so many others that I know, that I feel obligated to share what I know about this amazing product. So if you've got even the tiniest little bit of curiosity around the product or around the business, ask some questions, because all of us are just always really willing to help, because that's what we love. So thank you very much for listening to my story and everyone else's, and I'll pass it back to you, Natty. Thank you.
Thank you, Dee. That was amazing. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on tonight and taking some time out of your evening to listen in. And I really hope you've got some value from what you've heard tonight. And like Dee said, if you have any questions or you want to know any more, please just ask the person who invited you onto the event tonight. And yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure to share with you all. And thank you very much, and have a beautiful night.